Today's video is how to set up automatic landing lights or takeoff lights for your E-Flite Draco. So let's get started. I set this mix up so that way when you've got your regular navigation lights on, as you see now, you've got the flashing beacon on the rudder and on the wingtips, also the red and green navigation lights. When I put this in takeoff flaps in the middle position, you will notice that the leading edge lights come on and also the outside lights underneath the wing. When I go to landing flaps, we'll get the extra 3 lights activated. So let's go to takeoff flaps.
Takeoff flaps.
You'll notice that the leading edge came on and then one solid one underneath the wing. When I go to landing flaps, it will turn on the light that's underneath the spinner inside the vent on the nose of the fuselage, and it will also turn on flashing beacons underneath the wings closer to the fuselage. So let's go ahead and put on the landing flaps.
Landing flaps.
There you see we've got the flashing light added underneath the wing on both sides, and also the nose light inside the vent on the front. So let's go to the test bench. I'll show you the 2 mixes to set that up. Now, one thing that you can do is you can set them up either way. If you want all those lights to be on for both sets of flaps, you will just use the mix I'm about to show you for both positions. But we'll go over both mixes because you may want to set it up like this where you've got only those coming on for your takeoff flaps. And then, as I mentioned, with flaps up, you've got just your regular navigation lights. So let's go to the test bench and I'll show you the mixes to set this up. Now let's set up the 2 mixes. First thing I want to point out though before we get started is I have this set up the way it shows in the owner's manual, where channel 5 gear is set up on the R knob. And also you want to adjust the R knob so that it's set to -33% on the gear. Now you don't have to go on this screen and check it first. When we go in and set up the mix, we'll have a monitor screen at the bottom and you will see the values there as well. So let's go to mixing, and you would go to any available mix and set this up. So you would click on available mix and then you would see normal and curve. You're going to pick normal. Then you go in here and set up a gear to gear mix. You want to set these values based upon the switch position. So flaps up, switch D is all the way at the top. We want 0% and 0%. You want everything off. You need to assign the switch down here at the bottom. So first thing to do is set gear to gear and go down here to switch. You want to assign the switch first because if you don't, it's going to assign the percentages maybe to a different position of the switch. So we're going to go to takeoff flaps. You want to have -100% on position 1 in the middle. As you heard, that's our takeoff flaps. You have one extra step when you go to landing flaps is you need to put this on -125% and the offset at 14%. As I mentioned earlier, the monitor is at the bottom, so you can verify once you put these values in that the numbers match. Gear to gear, 0%, -125%, 14% positive, and that should give you a number of 26 positive on the gear. When you go to takeoff flaps, 0, -100%, 0% offset, puts you at 0% on the gear. Now, I show you both these mixes. That way you can put them in any orientation if you want. If you wanted all the lights on the takeoff and you don't want the flashing ones on landing, then you would just swap those mixes around that I just showed you. So I hope y'all learned something new today and maybe a feature that you can add to your E-Flite Draco. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and push like. If you want to see future videos, subscribe to the channel while you're here. I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.